There we go. Hey, welcome back everybody to Everyday Off-Road. Today we have basically a repair video instead of a normal just messing around. Double D here has been cursed. Yes, I am superstitious. The seats we pulled out of Gray transferred the curse from Gray because he had a long crank time problem. And shortly after we took him to the crusher, literally the day after, Double D here started having a long crank time. And what do I mean by long crank time? Well, Buddy Nate is here, and he's going to help us out. He's going to show us what a long crank time is. What's up, Nate?
What's going on?
Why don't you fire him up? Hey! That was good, what, 15 seconds?
Yep.
At least? Shut her off. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I know for a fact, without even putting the gauge on it, it ain't going to fire up right away. After about this amount of time. Oh, make a liar out of me. all right. Stop smiling. You just like that. Making a liar out of me.
Whenever I show up, things seem to work right. I don't know.
Yeah, well. We're going to show you what we're talking about when we talk about long crank time here. What is happening is the fuel rail is losing pressure. The gas is running back to the tank. Now, this can be tested via a fuel pump pressure gauge, which I just happen to have. Where do I have it? Look behind you. Don't shake. Camera's just barely sitting. All right. Fuel injection pump tester. Picked this up at Harbor Freight, real cheap. I think it was like 35 bucks. All it is a gauge with the appropriate valve. You wanna pop the hood there, Nate? Bing! Bing! All right. Let's find a good spot to sit here. Everybody just loves that sound. I try to edit most of it out. What we're looking at here, besides our 4-liter, is the fuel rail. Here are our fuel injectors. Here's our incoming fuel pressure, incoming fuel line. And here's our Schrader valve. Now, for those of you who are not in the know terminology-wise, it's basically a tire valve, like a tire stem. Our gauge literally just screws on there. You don't have to worry about taking the center of the valve out or anything like that. So, I'm not worried about spraying because there's probably no pressure here. And I'm right. There is zero. Now, I'm going to have my buddy Nate there. I'm going to have him turn the key on. Now, by rights, this gauge should jump up to about 45. You can turn it on anytime, Nate.
Already on.
Oh boy. You know what? Give her a couple cycles through. Oh, there's coming up a little bit. But you notice it's dropping rather quickly. Oop. One more. This time, fire it up. Whoa, easy there. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, it got to about 40 psi and then fired. The pump should run between 40 and 53 psi. And look, no pressure retention. That should have stayed up there at 50. All our fuel is going back to the tank, which ain't a bad thing. It's not going somewhere where it's not supposed to, but we don't need it in the tank. We need it up here to lower our crank time. So, what do? Nate, what's your opinion? What should we do?
Fix it. You want a better answer?
Why didn't I think of that? That's a good answer.
Yeah.
We should fix that. Smart ass. Yeah, fixed it we did. We no longer have a long crank time. We replaced the entire fuel pump module. We did not record any of that because we already have a video of that. In fact, two videos of it. One, the initial replacement, and one fixing the leak. Thankfully, this one did not leak, but we need an ending for this video. So why don't we find out what caused it to fail? The fuel pump is only a year old. I have a feeling, I have an idea of what might have caused it, but what do you say we dig into it and find out for sure? Alright, so let's go. Okay, rather than do this inside and have terrible lighting, and it's a nice day out, so what do you say we do it here? Okay, this is the old assembly. This is the one that gave us the long crank time. This is the one we replaced a year ago. In fact, just a little less than a year ago. Underneath this guy. Oh, there we go. That was the way. Inside there. Get rid of this clamp. As you can see, it has little tangs there. All right, I'll have to pick that up later. Pulling this out, I see a groove here and an O-ring. I don't know if you guys can see it. Up inside there, there's a O-ring that's broke. Now I'm going to call that our problem. This is the anti-bleed back valve. I'm not going to cut into it anymore because, well, frankly, my hacksaw ain't up for it. Saw how much of a hassle it was. So, there it is, your anti-bleed back valve. Keeps pressure from the line up to the fuel rail. Alright, there you go. Cheap O-ring. That's what we're chalking this one up to. This style fuel pump housing assembly, the anti-bleed back valve, I'll try to say that 3 times fast, is not located on the bottom of the fuel pump near the strainer. This style, it is located at the top of the housing, that big stainless steel unit with the outlet for the fuel line. It is non-serviceable. It's sealed. I had a heck of a time opening it up, as you can see from the last little bit of the video, that I couldn't get it fully opened. You cannot buy it separately. You actually have to purchase the entire fuel pump housing assembly. Stupidest thing I've ever seen, but that's what you get when you cheap out. The original one that we replaced was a bargain basement unit. I paid, if my memory serves me correctly, about $60 to $65 for it. Our recent replacement is a Bosch unit, which was almost $130, twice the amount. But it went in, we had no leaks, no problems, and it works like a dream. Guess what? If you have a long crank time on your ZJ, you're either going to have to deal with it or replace the entire fuel pump assembly. Now, I can tell you from experience dealing with it, at first you're okay with it. After a while, it starts getting annoying because people will look. They will look and they'll go, "What's the matter with his Jeep?" Hey, almost forgot. I would appreciate it very much if you would give me a big thumbs up and like the video. If you haven't already, go down and click the subscribe button. While you're there, ring the bell. That's the notification icon. That will send you a notification every time I post new content here on Everyday Off-Road. So, if you have anything to say, comments, questions, concerns, criticisms, feel free to leave it in the box below. So, until next time, we shall catch you guys later.